It's Radio, and welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a while since my last video, and the main reason for that is because, well, mainly I've been drinking a little bit, and I've been a bit busy doing some life stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of why I haven't been posting in about 3 months. But I have been streaming on Twitch every once in a while. I don't know if you've seen. I'll link my Twitch down in the description. I stream there every once in a while, yeah, check me out on there. I'll be doing some projects. I believe, well, I did this project on YouTube. You may have already seen this endstone farm. I've been streaming a little bit here and there about certain things. I streamed actually a couple days ago. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the cinematic of this endstone farm. It's my first time ever doing a replay mod cinematic, so I know it's not the best in the world, but it can only go be, so hopefully get better in the future. But anyway, this is our endstone farm. It's been already ran for quite a while now, which is great. We've been running this farm for basically about 2 weeks, continuously. And the cinematic, it shows how it functions, but I'll explain a little bit more. So we have 104 million endstone here. All these chests are completely full with endstone. As you can see over from to here, it's completely full. Some pistons get in here, but that's not really a big deal. And apparently I forgot to lock these top hoppers, but that's not a big deal either. We hardly ever come here. The only time we ever come here is if we need endstone, which is for things like quarries and stuff like that. So I'll get a little bit more into explanation of the farm. I won't be terribly good at it because, well, I didn't design it and I don't know all the ins and outs of this farm, so I'll link a video by Smokey Dog down in the description. He's the one who helped me out mostly, and also another person called Lloyd. I'll put a link to his video as well down in the description. So basically how it works is the game checks in the this void around, this huge ring around right here, this void. It checks the main gateway here if chunks are populated up to where I'm at in this radius right here. So if they're all the way populated, then it'll spawn spawn a gateway closest to here. So, and if it isn't, then it'll spawn one to where it finds a block where the chunks are populated. So it'll spawn one like over here, a gateway over there. So if you occupy all the chunks within that radius, then it'll summon a gateway closest to it, or right here. And we have an endstone block here to indicate that this chunk is also populated, which will cause the gateway to spawn, which is right here. And we have soul sand, which prevents the gateway from being like manipulated too much, so it doesn't really check the soul sand. So what we have here is we had the soul sand on like a brewing stand, and the brewing stand caused it to lose its tile entity data in a way. So you can't use the gateway, so you can't throw an item through it, you can't put a player in it. But once we do this hopper get up here and you put an item in, then it'll reintroduce its tile entity basically. So when you throw an item in here, then it'll check all the chunks again to make sure that they're not populated, and if they are, then it'll spawn one closest to, which is right here. And then the same thing will happen over and over again until we get here. We had to remove all the bedrock because bedrock, it does check for bedrock, and it is one of the blocks that the gateway will spawn on top of. So we had to remove all that and then finally shift it into the farm here, which the gateway is right here. So in this farm, it basically just breaks the bedrock and then it removes the gateway after another gateway has spawned at the top here. So it basically just shifts back and forth, which causes a island to spawn here every single time. So we can do it over each cycle, and I think remember the exact number of times, like how many cycles it has, how many game ticks exactly. But we push it to block 36 and launch TNT at it and collect all the drops, which you saw in the time lapse. So this farm is about 630,000 endstone an hour, and it uses about 10 to 15 pistons an hour, which there's no more pistons. I took them all out, so we can use this farm. Because it actually doesn't work with hopper optimization, so if you ever want to build this in 1.16.5, which is the last version you can ever build it, hence why we built it, you want to make sure to turn off hopper optimizations because it messes with gateways for some reason. I actually talked to Tuno and he can't remember and I don't know why either. So I'm I'm not gonna do anything about it. So yeah, here is the endstone farm, all completed and ran, and we have all the endstone in the world that we're ever gonna need for future projects or decoration or anything like that, which is great. So for our next project that we actually got finished will be the wool farm. So let's go over there. So here we're at the main island, end island, well, what's left of it because we removed literally everything. That's the map art area. Here's the wool farm. Over there's the endstone and shulker farm. We'll get to that one later. And over there is the snow farm that I believe I showed in the last video. I'm not entirely sure. I might be a little bit frame ratey because there is about 1,000 sheep here. So I apologize for the frames, and also I have a shader on, so that doesn't help out very much. So here's an 82,000 an hour wool farm. It's actually really, really fast for the wool that it gives. It's pretty insane. And here we have the storage. And we have about 200,000 wool per color, which is great. It'd be great for things like map arts or perimeter deco and stuff like that. The frame rates are really, really bad, but I'll go ahead and turn it on really quickly. This farm's actually very, very cool. It's a little bit glitchy because I turned off entity updates. Basically, the sheep are inside of this glass block. So when the dispenser shears the sheep, the wool will be into the glass, and then it will use like the those old 112 item elevators to basically shoot itself out into the water stream, as you can see right there. So just like that. And then it'll go into the water stream and will be collected in these shulker box loaders. But yeah, this is a very cool farm. I'm glad it's done. It was very tedious to build. I streamed probably once or twice, and then after that, just put on some music or YouTube video and went to town on it. So yeah, here is the wool farm. All right. And here is another project we have gotten done, and this was made by our newest member, Jade. This project was done quite a while ago. I just been too busy to show it off on YouTube. Here is the trading hall, the new trading hall. We actually still are going to update it a little bit. So this will not be here anymore. Basically just this and that tiny shulker box loader will not be there anymore as well. So here's where we put the villagers when we want to get their trades up. Like if we're trying to get a perfect pick trade, or if we're trying to do anything along those lines, then here's where we would do it. And you would either send it back. I believe this is zombify and this is kill. It's not really labeled, of course. I don't know why. But I believe it's one of those. I'm not gonna do anything because I don't wanna fuck this up. So here we have our villager breeder, and this is where we summon a new villager into its cell right there. Here's where we put the bread for the breeder at the top here, which apparently this breeder needs to be like the water system needs to be redone. So this breeder is made by Jcraft, which doesn't really make YouTube videos anymore. So, but I'll link his video down in the description for this particular breeder. And so here is where the villagers are kept in their cells. Went to trade, sweeping edge, and I believe our perfect pick trade is right here. There we go, perfect pick trade. So if you wanted to get a villager into the middle to trade with him in the void, or with the gateway, what we would do is we'd hit this button to turn the light off, which will make some things happen down there, and then we summon a villager. So it'll be sent down here and just loop around to the top. So then basically if we want to send him back, then we'd hit that button to send it back, and here's where we would trade for books or what have you. And then we press this button to send the villager back. And then it'll loop around, and of course there's an enderman in the way, so that won't work. That was a hassle. So basically, it'll loop around here and go to the top. There is a comparator delay circuit basically here, so that way it keeps the rail curved this way, so it'll just send it straight back to its cell. But you didn't see that because, well, the villager was being an asshole, kind of, and there's a villager stuck up here. I don't know why. I haven't really been here in a long time. I never really needed tools, so... but yeah, that's basically it. So along with that endstone farm, there is a few more things that we want to finish before we update the 117, which we do plan on doing very soon. We're just waiting on a few things, like Falling Block had just released, and we don't know what's happening with that. We're considering backporting to 112 to get things like Bedrock or the End Portal Frame or, anything like that. So there's just a few more things we have to do, but basically in the 116 list, Endstone Farm was one of them that we had to complete before we update to 117. So we're glad we got that done finally, and we also want to build a new quarry, which I'll show later in the video as well. But yeah, that's basically all we want to do in this version, and then we will update to 117. We're not going to update to 118 because there's basically nothing content-wise that there's for us. It's basically the same game as 117. It's just a little bit higher and lower, which is, to me, kind of pointless, and it breaks a few things, like our raid farm wouldn't work anymore, and just a bunch of bullshit like that we just don't want to deal with. So next I guess I'll show you our quarry. Okay, so here we are at the quarry site. And this quarry is about 560 blocks long. So it's going to be quite big. There's about 250,000 blocks we need to place, which actually isn't too bad for a quarry, but... so we've already placed a good amount. I'd say we placed about a half of the blocks that we need to. The biggest part is definitely going to be the roof as soon as we build that. I still wanted to do some deco on top of it, but we don't have that many builders or decoration people really on our server, so we're still kind of working on it. But yeah, this is our quarry. I'll leave a link down in the video. I guess he can be in more of a detailed explanation of this quarry than I can. But all I know is basically there's a flying machine right here that goes down and pulls in blocks and also pushes them, so that way you can remove things like water or lava or stuff like that. But it pulls in the blocks so that way you can push it back up. So when it pushes it back up, then these pistons here will push it towards the TNT, and the TNT lobs itself over and blows up the blocks in block 36. And then we collect all the items. So we still need to set up the item filters. We need to make like 70 or 75 double speed cobblestone filters, because we don't really need the cobblestone. We can just pick a farm for it, which we do already. But all the other blocks we actually want to have. So things like gold ore or iron ore, or the main important thing, which is terracotta or dirt or anything like that. So those are just the main blocks we were trying to get. And the reason we are running this in 16 and wanted to build this in 16 is because in 1.17 we will not get things like iron ore straight up, because you will need silk touch to get the iron ore. So whereas in 1.16, if you just blow up an iron ore, then it drops an iron ore, instead of the raw variant that they changed in 1.17. So this is the main reason why we're building it in 16, just to get things like ores. But I have been building stuff for you up on stream in my Twitch. I don't know if I already said this, but I will leave the link down in the description to my Twitch channel if you want to see a little bit more detailed building of this, or just a little bit more chill streams. The streams on my Twitch are actually really, really fun. I'm not just saying that because I'm biased and they're my streams. I'm just saying it because I generally have like a really good time interacting with the people on stream. And it's a really, really good time, and I really enjoy it. And now we'll go on to the last project that we have done so far. And I'll explain a little bit more why it's not too many, but we'll go to our newest project as well, the creeper farm. All right, so here we are at the creeper farm. Wow, I've never been here with shaders and everything. It looks really, really good. Anyway, basically with this creeper farm, it has like individual cells where the creepers spawn in with some soul sand. There's also a suppressed snow right here, which was kind of a pain to do, but not really with Bread's suppressed snow video, which I'll link also down in the description. So the TNT up here gets duped, and the reason why it's off to the side is to negate the height map. So you want to keep this as low as possible to get increased rates. So with this, it yeets the TNT over to this side and it blows it up, and this side over here, and then lands on this waterlogged chest right here and kills all the entities. I'll actually turn it on for like a split second to show you. And there we go. It's one of the most satisfying things to watch, honestly. I love this farm. It's definitely one of my favorite places on the server. Probably the next one will be the Quarry. Honestly, it's going to be super satisfying to watch as well. So yeah, here is the creeper farm, and we have this running for a little bit. The rates are 150,000 gunpowder an hour. So it's fairly quick. And we needed this for our raid farm, which we actually just got done and ran up for a little bit. And I'll show a cinematic of that later. But this is about how much gunpowder we have, and it's completely full. So I think it's about like 7 million gunpowder so far with this epic gamer storage, I would say. But yeah, we still need to do the decoration, and I kind of fucked up a little bit with the perimeter, so we had to actually expand it by a few blocks. We've already worked on the expansion on this side. We just got to work on the other two sides. But yeah, and then we just got to work on the floor and walls and shit like that. So hopefully that'll be soon. I can show that off sooner or later. Again, we don't have that many builders, so it's kind of hard to make decoration. So the server isn't the prettiest one in the world, but it's definitely one of the coolest, I'd say. So anyway, before I end this video, I just want to make a quick shout out to all of you who come watch my videos. I just want to say thank you so very much. I was ecstatic when I saw the amazing how amazing the last video did. It literally blew my mind. I came back and check on it every once in a while, and it's crazy to see how many views it got and how much everybody liked it. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who watched the video and liked my channel. I just want to thank you all to the new subscribers that are here. Welcome. And thank you all very much for being here. If any of y'all are new and you like this video, be sure to hit a like. If you're new, don't subscribe just yet. Just like watch my videos a little bit and then get a feeling for how you feel about subscribing. Because yeah, you can always unsubscribe, and saying to subscribe before you even watch a video is cringe. So as I said earlier, the manpower on this server is not quite there. So hence why this video took so long as well. Not only because I've been a little bit busy, but also because our manpower isn't there. So if you're interested in technical Minecraft, want to do things like this, be sure to hit the Discord down below, that I'll link down below, and apply. We would love to have you on our server, and I can make more videos like this sooner rather than taking months or weeks or whatever. So yeah, I appreciate everyone who's come around to watch this video. And a quick shout out to our sponsor, It's Radio Server Hosting. One of the best hosting around. Yeah, I will catch you in the next video. See ya.